I wanted to have a conversation about Animal Crossing and mental health and how a lot of people are coping with this whole pandemic and being shut inside and everything with Animal Crossing, and how it's been really good for you, and how it, like, why it's such a good coping mechanism for a lot of people. So thanks for joining me today.
Hi, I'm Cora Skating. Most people just call me Corey. I'm technically a variety streamer, but I've not played anything else since Animal Crossing came out. But I like a lot of life sims, cute games, stuff like that. And I am a full-time streamer on Twitch. Just like to hang out, have a chill time, and love cats together.
Hi, I'm Stephanie, also known as Simmerkey, and I'm a self-proclaimed mermaid. I love simulation games like The Sims, Animal Crossing, and Stardew Valley. And yeah, a little bit about me: I love seahorses, unicorns, rainbows, kittens, and the color pink, so everything pastel.
And I'm Fuchsia. I mostly just stream Animal Crossing. It's my main game. Sometimes I pretend that I play other games, but it's mostly just Animal Crossing, and it's been all Animal Crossing since New Horizons came out, so all Animal Crossing all the time.
Yes.
So, yeah. So I don't know how much you want to reveal about like your personal mental health journey and how it relates to Animal Crossing. But like, I played Animal Crossing since the GameCube days, but I really got into it with New Leaf. It was very important to me with New Leaf. When I started playing New Leaf, like, I was at my absolute lowest point, and I was actually living as a shut-in. Like, I didn't leave my house for a year because my depression and my anxiety was so bad, and I actually got a job so I could buy a 3DS, so I could buy Animal Crossing.
Oh my god.
And the job actually ended up like being my dream job, so it was great all around. But I like specifically like started leaving the house so I could get Animal Crossing, and I didn't realize like how important it would end up being. But through that, like, that's when I got involved in the online community, when I started getting involved in Tumblr, and like found a lot of other people who were dealing with like a lot of depression and mental health issues, and also found like Animal Crossing to be really comforting for them. So that's when I started getting involved in all of that. And then a couple years later, like, I posted a lot on Tumblr, and then a couple years later I started streaming, and here we are. And like now I just find it like really, even now, even though I've recovered a lot from that very low place, it's just nice to turn on the game and see my happy villagers and get some nice inspiration every day. So now, like, I run Comfort Crossing. It's a Twitter that's just like feel good and inspirational images for from the Animal Crossing series, and that's something like I had done a little on Tumblr too. Like back in the day, I had like a whole tag that you can scroll through of like just cute things that my villagers say that like made me happy. And so like that's something that I do now on Twitter, and I find it just like really nice to scroll through when I'm having a bad day, but then like a lot of other people really enjoy it, so it's nice to help other people with that. So
now I've like looked at Comfort Crossing a little bit, but I feel like I need to like, did I follow it? Because I know I saw a bunch of cute stuff, but I'm always
I don't know if I've seen it either.
Yeah, it's like one of those so things. Many Twitters. Yeah, I don't promote it as much as I should.
Right.
So it has this like, it has a little following, but I don't definitely need to like. It was laying low for a while just because of I was waiting for New Horizons to come out, and kind of low on the New Leaf content. So I posted a ton of New Leaf content, and then I kind of ran out. So it was laying low for a while, but It's been good. It's always nice to like save an image and be like, I can't wait to post this, and like, maybe brighten someone's day. So.
Oh my god, all I can think about is all of my villagers singing. That's just like made my life so much better every time. I just want to die.
Yeah.
It's so cute.
It's totally my break screen as my villagers.
Oh my god, that's so cute.
Yeah. Like no matter how many times it happens, it never gets old.
Right.
Like stop everything. I need to just sit here and watch them sing for a while.
Yeah. Yeah, so I don't have like historically super strong experiences like between Animal Crossing and my mental health. My mental health has always been a disaster, and I've also always loved Animal Crossing, so there's that. But I deal with anxiety and depression and ADHD, which makes Animal Crossing really hard sometimes, but otherwise is not very relevant. And I think I like Animal Crossing just because it's so chill, and I just get to have fun with my friends, and my friends can't judge me because they're animals. And like it's so nice to like, I don't know, it's as close to like social interaction as you can get while interacting with literally like just characters that are not real. And I really like just being able to have fun with my friends, even if my friend is a peppy duck who wants to be a pop star.
The best kind of duck, honestly.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, like when I started playing New Leaf, I was really struggling with social anxiety. I mean, it's still like it's hard every day, but but at the time, like I didn't leave my house because my anxiety was so bad that like getting out in the world in Animal Crossing and talking to my neighbors was like something I didn't experience in real life, so it really like helped transition into like being able to do that.
Because I've never had like quite as like not leaving the house for a year, but I've definitely had low points in my depression, and like it's very easy once you fall into that hole to like make it very hard to crawl out.
Yeah.
So anything that can help you like out, like even if it's talking to your neighbors in Animal Crossing, that's huge.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I first started playing as well, it started off just like a game I kind of played kind of casually, but I really, really loved it. And I ended up selling my entire 3DS. It was new. Well, I started on the Wii with City Folk, but then I became really obsessed with New Leaf on 3DS. And I ended up selling the console and the game one time when I was low on money. And I didn't realize I should have kept my cartridge because I lost everything, like my save file, my DLC, everything that I had. And I kind of went into depression like that whole summer. I was really upset. It was too late to go get it back. They had already sold it. And when I was able to re-afford it and repurchase it, I started searching online to see if I could find somewhere to get my cat tower, because my cat tower was like the one item I missed, and it was a special DLC. Like I thought I would never get it back again. And that's when I found out that a bunch of other people played the game as well, and that you could visit each other's towns. So I had never done that. I just played solo before that. And I went on a mission to get that cat tower and ended up just making a ton of friends through it. And Animal Crossing, like before that, I was in a much worse mental place than I am now. Luckily now I'm in a good place. But back then it was kind of my escape from everything because I didn't have a lot of real friends. I worked every single day, 7 days a week. I didn't really get to go out and do things that most people would do, like go to the holidays, go watch fireworks on the 4th of July, celebrate my birthday. That was all done by myself at my store. So my villagers were really my friends. I would be so excited to load up the game and watch the fireworks with them or celebrate Toy Day with them. So it was way more than a game for me. It like really, really was something to help me just kind of get through life. So I looked at them more as friends than a video game. And now that I'm in a much better place, I can just play it and enjoy those memories and be able to share it with so many people that are new to the franchise or that really relate to where I'm coming from. So it's been amazing to be able to play it when I really, really needed it mentally. And then now it's just pure fun and joy, and being able to spread that is so much better than playing it alone and being sad all that time.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like this is something I hear a lot because my stream is very much focused. I mean, it's not something we talk about every day, but it's something that's in the background. A lot of my community members like deal with mental health, and they just find a lot of comfort in Animal Crossing specifically, and so it's something that we talk about a lot, and it's a common thread for a lot of people, a lot more than a lot of people realize. I had someone maybe a week or 2 weeks after New Horizons release come into stream like, is it unusual that I'm finding so much like I feel like really a lot better mentally when I play Animal Crossing? Like, is that like, am I the only one? I'm like, you're definitely not the only one. Like, it's definitely not like a unique experience, which is great. I love that so many people are finding like some comfort and some help in Animal Crossing, which is why I wanted to have this conversation, which it initially spurred the thought of having this conversation because a lot of people they're finding a lot of like comfort in Animal Crossing, but they also feel like they're kind of alone in finding that, and it's definitely not something to be alone in or think that you're weird for feeling that or anything. So I'm glad that a lot of people are turning to it, especially right now. I think it's really important, especially with everything that's going on in the world right now. We are literally not leaving our houses, and for a good, it's good that we're not leaving our houses. Whereas when I first started playing New Leaf, I was not leaving my house for like own mental health reasons, but not leaving our houses does take a toll on you. Like we are all stuck inside. I literally leave the house once a week to go to the store to get groceries, and that's about it. And just like getting out in Animal Crossing, yes, it's not the real thing, but like seeing the sunshine and getting to experience like daily life changing has been really nice because it's the same thing every day in my apartment. Like every day. And it's just like it's been nice to like get out and do my dailies and talk to my villagers, see what's for sale, and then the other part of that is that I'm playing with my friends. I was part of like the online community in New Leaf, but I didn't do a whole lot of online multiplayer. I did it here and there, but mostly for like trading for items. I didn't really like play with people much, even though like I visited dream towns and stuff, but that was still like a very solo experience. But now like I'm playing with my friends every night. We're just sitting in voice chat and we're not even doing anything big. We're just chilling. Like we go over to each other's towns and just like do nothing. Like we fished, but in each other's towns instead of just by ourselves. So it's been like really good for like that socialization aspect, not just in the game, but like with friends who are dealing with similar things. Just like playing with my friends, we're all kind of going a little stir crazy, but like getting to hang out. Like we can't visit each other in real life, but we can visit each other in Animal Crossing. That's been nice. Like last night I played with my Chicago friends for the first time in Animal Crossing, and it was just fun. Like we usually get together once a month and play games together at a bar, and we haven't been able to do that, so we did it last night. So
that sounds like fun. Yeah, I'm used to never seeing anybody IRL, but it's been a nice change to like be able to see people in Animal Crossing. And I think I tweeted about this, but one thing I've been really enjoying is just being able to give all my friends presents and like, do you need anything? Like, can I bring you fruit? Can I bring you like, can I craft you something? Do you want to come over and learn this DIY recipe? Like, it's so nice to be able to like give back to people in a way that I feel like I can't a lot of the time IRL, because I don't have money to buy gifts, or like I'm not like talented, so I can't make art for people. And it just like, yeah, it's very like heartwarming to be able to do nice things for other people.
yeah.
See, it's funny. I thought I was going to be playing a lot with my friends. Like, literally, my two best friends both play. And the one, like, we visited each other's town, I think, for the first time 2 days ago. Because we just so wrapped up into our own game and playing on our own streams. And then my other best friend, I was telling her I really wish she had the game so we could play together. And she had never played an Animal Crossing game before, so she got it just to play with me. So we've hung out a few times through the game, but I've mostly just been playing with viewers. So my real life friends are getting ignored while I'm playing right now.
I know like a lot of people have like just been losing their routines with all of this, and I keep stressing to people, especially to my job. I'm actually doing like mental health like reminders like every week for my job, for the people that stay in our residences, that routine is really important, especially right now when we've lost all sense of our normal routine for the most part. And I keep saying, like, even if you just have a routine of wake up by a certain time, it doesn't even have to be like a socially acceptable time, because what is socially acceptable at this point? But it doesn't have to be like a socially acceptable time. But if you set like, I'm gonna wake up by this time and then I'll get dressed and eat breakfast and then play Animal Crossing for the rest of the day, like, but you have that like certain routine, that's been really good. And then expanding from that, having a routine in Animal Crossing, like, if a lot of people have found that to be really good for them, like doing your dailies, just walking around town and digging up the fossils and then chopping all the trees and hitting all the rocks, has been like really good for people that have otherwise lost their sense of their normal daily routine. So like Animal Crossing kind of simulates that. Who would have thought a life simulation game would simulate that? But I know a lot of people have been that's been part of their routine, their daily routine, and they found that to be really nice right now.
Yeah, I like just having something to like look forward to every day. I've usually in the past like time traveled in Animal Crossing, and I haven't really in New Horizons, just a little bit, but mostly like just so that I can see the daytime, because I'm always up at night. But it's nice to like, I like go to bed and I'm like, oh, tomorrow like this thing is gonna be built, and like I'm gonna get a new message in a bottle, and like maybe someone new is gonna move in, and it's so exciting to like have something to look forward to that is just like, it's just the passage of time, but it's so exciting.
Yeah, I've been unable to put the game down, so like normally I would just stream Monday through Friday, and Saturday and Sunday I would just force myself to get out of the house, go out and do something just like mentally to take a break from it. And since I've been addicted to Animal Crossing and stuck at home, it's been very hard to take a day off. Like yesterday was the first day I took off since probably the 20th, so over 30 days. 7 days a week I was streaming, so I had to remind myself and force myself to take some time away from the game, away from the stream, just to, because the days started to blend together. I didn't know what day it was. I had no separation of the week, and I knew that like if I kept going that way it was going to be rough. So it was really nice to take the day for myself yesterday, even though I still played. It was nice not to, do it in a setting where you also have to be entertaining and talking. Like I just have to chill and relax and play for myself.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
And I know like that's like one of the concerns about everyone getting like super into Animal Crossing. Like I talk a lot about seeing people burn out on it, because it's great that people are getting super into it, but with nothing else to do, there is that concern that like don't lose yourself too much in Animal Crossing. Like it's a great tool for feeling a little normal again, but there's also like that dangerous side where people can kind of get too into it that they're really dependent on it. I know I had a friend from my Tumblr days who kind of like we became friends because we were both like dealing with depression and we got into Animal Crossing, and it really helped me, but it kind of hindered him because he got too reliant on it. So there's always like that kind of like that caution, and I think most people are not ever going to get to that level whatsoever, but it's one of those things that like I'm like, just take your time, don't be stressed about getting a perfect town. Like everyone's so stressed about getting a perfect town, and I'm just like, I have no idea what I'm doing with my island. I'm just like taking it day by day and letting things come to me as they come. I've just really enjoyed talking with my villagers. One of the silly things is, since I've been working from home, I have been really bad about drinking water. I've gotten better about it, but like when I'm at work, it's no problem. But being home, I've just been really bad about it, and to the point where I had to add it as a channel points redemption in stream, because people have to remind me to hydrate. But then also when I'm playing, like the jocks will just be like, "Don't forget to stay hydrated." I'm like, "You're right." Like,
oh my god.
I'm just like, "Yep, okay, let's drink some water."
Okay, but really, my villagers have got me feeling pretty bad about the fact that I have never worked out in my entire life. And that's all they do. I'm like, I feel like I need to go stretch right now, just like, because that's what all my villagers are doing. Like, get some weights and, like, I don't know, go at it for a couple minutes.
And it's like Isabel show us up in their little office doing their aerobics.
the ABD today, and I just see Isabel like start doing aerobics. I guess they do it at 3 o'clock every day, I don't know, but like she just randomly started doing them, and I was just like, oh, okay. Sure, Isabel. But yeah, no, they're all kind of fitness obsessed, aren't they?
Yeah, I feel like it actually is. I haven't started to do much, but I feel like it's seeping into my consciousness, just seeing them work out all the time. Like it's, I always am like, oh, well, I should stretch every day. I should work out more often. But then, like, I get busy and it's easy to forget about it. Then, like, I see them and it's just like a constant reminder, like, you need to do something. You need to move. Get out of bed.
I mean, even if you haven't started doing that, like, it's a good reminder. Like, honestly, Animal Crossing like kind of puts these reminders in. I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing that they no longer tell us to take a break every hour, because they did that in New Leaf. They told you to take a break, and I always got annoyed because I'm like, I'm an adult, don't tell me what to do. But it was probably a good thing, because now it's like, at least it would be like an hourly reminder, and then I could keep playing, but I would get that hourly reminder, and now I kind of can just play for hours and hours and hours and not realize the passage of time.
Yeah, we built ours in, so every hour we take a break, and I literally encourage everyone to get up, stretch, move around, walk around. So my alarm goes off every hour, and the town chime goes off every hour, so we know it's time to take a break.
Yeah, the like streaming it has definitely been a lot better for me than not streaming it and just playing it like endlessly, because my mods will remind me to take a break. We've been doing longer streams because I no longer have to commute to work, so we've been doing longer streams, but that means I need to actually take breaks. And for like the first week of the longer streams, I kind of forgot about that. Forgot that's a thing, that when you stream for 5 hours you should take a couple breaks. And I was just like, why do I feel so terrible?
Yeah.
But, and then, like, when we take the breaks, like, I always tell everyone, like, get some water, get up and stretch. I get up and stretch. Like, I take a break just to literally walk around the apartment. And, that helps a lot. So, like, having the villagers there reminding me to hydrate and to get up and stretch has been a nice reminder. So it's been good for that. These little things, and it's been like Corey said, it's been nice to just have something to look forward to every day. Like, what hybrids am I gonna get tomorrow? Again, like, having the daily, like, something to look forward to is great, but also we know we're gonna be getting monthly updates for a long time, and that gives us something to keep looking forward to, and that's really great. Like, what's going to be in next month's update? I know, like, a lot of people were skeptical that the updates weren't going to be adding much other than the holidays and events, but since we got the last update, the first update, and it did add so much more to the game that people had been asking for, like bushes. I'm so excited to have bushes back. So that gives a lot of people hope for, like, what the more updates will include. So seeing what those updates will have and when is exciting.
Right.
Yeah, I was absolutely one of those people. I was like, don't expect anything. Like, expect maybe a piece of new furniture here and there. And then after the first update, I was like, okay, I want this, I want that, I need this, I need that.
Yeah, I'm usually really good at, like, tempering my expectations so I don't get, like, too excited. But it's really hard with the Animal Crossing right now because, like, this is uncharted territory. Like, we've never had an Animal Crossing game like this. So I'm just, like, thinking about all the things that could possibly be added and, like, how much I want them all, and, like, oh my god, I'm excited to see what happens no matter what, because I can tell the Animal Crossing team is not gonna let us down.
Yeah.
And it's,
do you think they're doing this because they have more of a capability, or because they're trying to prevent us from time traveling? Because I've heard that it might be like a fail-safe so that we're not tempted to go into the future because it doesn't exist yet.
I think it might be a little bit of both.
Yeah, I think it's both. I know, like, they want to, like, from the interview that Aya did today, they want to give everyone, like, something to look forward to 2 years down the line. They want to keep people playing for this long. So, like, that's kind of both things. Like, they want to they want to discourage, like, time traveling and spoiling it for others, but also that just monthly updates will get people to come back every month and play, even if they only play for like a week or two and then wait for the next update. So
yeah, I feel like it shows kind of the way that the games industry as a whole has shifted to more games as a live service, where you are constantly getting updates like this. Like The Sims, obviously, there's the DLC, but also smaller patches all the time. And it does so much to keep the community engaged and excited and all that.
Yeah. And I will say, like, I said this before release and I said this after release, but I'm not a huge fan of, like, the update model for games in general. But I will say right now, with everything being the hellscape that it is, having these updates to look forward to it's changed my opinion for right now, at least.
Right, yeah. I know one thing too that I thought was really exciting given the state of the world is wedding season in Animal Crossing, because I know a lot of people who have had to cancel or delay their weddings because we can't have gatherings. So I can only imagine like how cute it would be. Like, oh, we can't have a ceremony IRL right now, but like we can have our wedding in Animal Crossing. That'd be so cute. And so I'm excited to see what people do with that, and also marry all of my villagers to each other.
Yeah, I've seen people do that already, and it looked like from the update we're gonna get specific things for, I imagine, Harv's Island to be able to do that. I don't know if they're just gonna be new furniture or if they're doing something special for an event, but yeah, I can definitely see that being a big thing.
Yeah, and like I've seen people like they had their birthdays. They weren't able to celebrate with their friends for their birthdays, so they I saw someone. They were thrown a surprise party for their birthday, and that was just like that was so cute. I'm just like, also that we can have 8 people multiplayer, so it actually felt like a party. That was like, it's nice that even if we can't get together in real life to do these things, these yearly, I guess weddings aren't really annual for every person, hopefully. But like,
why do my husbands keep dying?
But like, I mean, wedding season, going to weddings, going to friends' weddings, and going to birthdays and all this stuff, has been, being able to do that in Animal Crossing at least gets people to get together. And I know Danny Mother Moon just announced her pregnancy through Animal Crossing because she got to set up like a whole nursery and everything, and so that was cute. And
so cute.
There's definitely going to be like an Animal Crossing baby shower for sure.
Dude, when are Reese and Cyrus having their baby? I'm ready.
I hope they come back like in some sort of form, because they were definitely my favorite.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense to introduce very popular characters in one game and then not have them in the next.
Right. And like, I feel like anyone in Pocket Camp too, like, who's a major character in Pocket Camp and was in New Leaf in previous games, like, I feel like that means we're definitely going to see them again in New Horizons. It's just a matter of time. We got to get our islands like famous enough so that Reese and Cyrus want to come and do their thing.
Like, it's been a little I've been a little sad to not have Chip and Nat and Joan back, and their roles. It's cute that their roles got passed on to like younger, like Joan's granddaughter, and we don't actually know like CJ and Flick's relationships with Nat and Chip, I guess, like not officially, but it's been bittersweet not having them visit all the time anymore, but it's been nice to get to know these other characters. Daisy May is adorable. I hate her snot, but she's otherwise adorable.
Very cute.
I also get very worried for her. Like, she's got snot dripping from her nose and she's always sneezing. Like, is she sick? Like, can we help her?
Maybe she just has really bad allergies.
Maybe she's allergic to turnips.
Oh no! Oh, God.
Can you imagine? And she's like, well, I gotta take on Graham's business.
Oh my God.
Oh, that would be awful. But like, it's been nice getting to know these characters. And okay, so one of my favorite things that I miss, so I used to live out in the country and now I live in Chicago. I miss the stars. Like, I miss stars so much. Because like where I grew up, like, we had clear skies and I would just look at the stars all the time. One of my favorite things in Animal Crossing has always been the observatory, and it really upset me when they took it out of New Leaf, and I'm still sad that they don't have it in New Horizons yet. I'm hoping for an update. I'm still holding out for an update, but I love that Celeste now like wanders around my town. She's my favorite NPC. She wanders around the town and she just like gazes up at the stars and she wishes on stars. And I have a whole stargazing area in my town that just it's just flowers and like the little star lamps, and it's just clear view of the sky, and it's my favorite thing. Just like a nice little area, like just chill out in. And I don't have that green space here, like at all. I don't get to see the stars. You have to drive 2 hours outside of Chicago to see stars because of light pollution. And I don't have a car, so like that's out of the question. But like Animal Crossing giving me this space to see that has been really nice, and something I definitely needed that I didn't realize.
For me, it's taking care of a shopping addiction. Being able to clear out Able Sisters every day with my turnip money.
For me, it's been being able to put my villagers, my character in really cute clothes, because I don't know about you, but like I've just been living in pajamas. Like I put on a nice top for stream, but I'm still wearing pajama pants.
Right. No, definitely.
So like I've just been living in pajamas, and I'm like, why would I get dressed? But let me get a different outfit for my character every single day. I wish I had half the wardrobe my Animal Crossing character has.
Yeah, I love fashion IRL, but like A, it's expensive. B, it's like kind of wasteful to just like buy stuff all the time that I don't really need. And I work from home, so I'm always in my pajamas. But like in Animal Crossing, I can like get my fashion fix. And it's just like, oh, it's 3,000 bells. Of course I'll buy that. Like, and it's so nice to be able to enjoy fashion without any of the guilt of like, there's also terrible labor practices and all that. I get to see Stable making my clothes, so I know it's legit.
I'm very simple with my clothes. Like I pretty much wear the same thing all the time, which is funny because I owned a clothing store for 10 years and it was a thrift store, so it was like used clothes. And my friends would always ask me, why don't you wear the clothes and then bring them back? Like the whole store is your closet. And I was like, I wear my same, like literally I've had this dress for probably 5 years now. I'm very simple, but my character every day, a brand new outfit.
Yeah. It's nice to like, I don't know about you, but like, I always, like, I go to the Able Sisters in the morning and try to put together a new outfit from whatever's in the shop. But then as I go to friends' towns throughout the day, I pick up things here and there. And I end up with, like, the weirdest outfits. And it's so much fun. Like, the other day, I actually, I posted a picture on Twitter that my roommate picked out my outfit for the night, and I had already been wearing a mustache, which is what prompted this. I was wearing a mustache from going to a friend's town, and then I ended up like with a shower cap on and like these fabulous sunglasses and stuff. It's like, yeah, this is just. Yeah, I think we're gonna do a fashion contest for my stream coming up, with the theme being wizards dressed as muggles, because then it's just like, they don't know how to dress properly, and I think it would be fun. So,
oh my god, can I steal the fashion show idea? I love that.
I've definitely been thinking about how I can put together like some kind of fashion contest, because I am obsessed. And like I feel like everyone's been enjoying all the different outfits, and like especially they were so smart making it so that when you change your outfit with the wardrobe, then it like generates that little thing.
That cute pose.
Like it's perfect for social media and stuff. Like,
how
oh
are
my
people
god,
screenshotting that? Mine goes by so quickly. I'm
like usually ready already.
Yeah.
Either that, or if you take a video clip, you can go into the video and save it as screenshot as an option. So yeah, I do that a lot if I like miss taking a screenshot of something. I take a video clip. My brand new Switch, I have a 256 gigabyte SD card for it, and it's already like half full because I never go through and clear it out, and it's all just videos and screenshots of Animal Crossing. It's a problem.
I was transferring some files on my 3DS, and I'm not even kidding. There was thousands of photos just from Happy Home Designer.
Yeah,
like I literally took a picture of every angle of every room 10 times.
Yeah, my boyfriend took my SD card, and then he was like, it's fine, I ordered another one, and he told me the size, and it was like half the size of the one that I had, and I was like, no, I need that one because I'm gonna take a million screenshots. Like, you're not gonna use all that space. I am, because I take like 600 screenshots a day.
Yeah, and I never go through and clear them out.
Yeah, no, that's too much work.
And like sometimes I'll take like especially with the wardrobe poses, I'll like go back in and take like try to get like a specific pose, but I'll take a picture of every single pose I get just in case. And then I never clear them. Yeah. On the subject of the fashion contest though, we did also have alternatively, we had a pajama party in stream because I was like, we're all living in our pajamas, let's make it fun. so we had a pajama party one day, and I just like had people come over, and we did mini games, like we did musical chairs, and we did hide and seek, and Never Have I Ever. We did Animal Crossing Never Have I Ever, where we all had a stack of 10 cherries, and then we did Never Have I Ever bullied a villager I didn't like, and stuff like that. So
good.
That's cute.
So that was a lot of fun. So I tried to make it like a sleepover party kind of thing, and we all came in our pajamas, and it was super cute, and they want to do it again. So I was like, let's just embrace that we're wearing our pajamas every day.
Yeah.
So but now I actually have like a cute pajama outfit in Animal Crossing, which this was like week 1 or week 2, so I didn't have pajamas in the game yet. So now I do. So now we have to do it with cute pajamas.
Yeah,
for sure.
But yeah, the only thing I wish that the Able Sisters had a shopping cart, because I want to buy everything. I want to buy everything in pink, purple, and blue.
Right.
So I have to buy everything in pink, and then everything in purple, and then everything in blue. So that would be nice if they just.
I need that. I'm trying to collect every item in the game, so that would be so beneficial. Every day it takes me like an hour just to get through Able Sister.
Yeah, I've started just like I've made it a challenge to myself to like pick out like 1 trip's worth of things that I really want, and then maybe like a second trip. But like, even though I do want to collect everything eventually, I'm just like, I don't have the patience to go. So we're gonna just do. I'm gonna do what I can. I'm gonna pick my favorites and make the best of it.
It's kind of like, is my patience gonna win out, or is my my need for everything gonna win out?
Right.
Yeah.
Well, something's got to give, because I start streaming at 11, and by like 2-3 o'clock when I'm about to end, I'm like, all right, we just finished our chores.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Today I was like, we're picking three things out of our to-do list, and that's it. And then we're switching to something else. Otherwise, I will sit here at Able Sisters for another 2 hours.
Yeah, well, eventually you will have all the items.
Right.
And then they'll add more in.
Right. Or then I'll my second island, my 4th island, whatever. I even need to do it again.
I swear all my villagers give me is clothes too. So like they're gonna fill out my clothing catalog single-handedly, because like every day I give them a gift and they're like, here, take this sweater. I'm like, thanks, this is the 6th sweater I've gotten today, but thank you.
Yeah.
Have you noticed they don't ask for favors much? Like, and they'd be like, go get me a cherry, go get me a fish, and now they never ask me for anything.
I've gotten a few requests, but not nearly as much. Like, they used to do it like every 5-10 minutes, and now I've gotten a few, and I kind of miss it, like, because like, again, like sometimes it would be annoying if you were in the middle of something and you're like, I could accept it, but then I'm in the middle of something, and me being me, I will not remember in 15 minutes, which happened all the time. And I would always be like, okay, stream, remind me that I have this, the time capsule. Like, remind me that I have to bury this time capsule. And then we'll end stream. We'll start up 2 days later, and there's the time capsule in my inventory, and it's too late to bury it, so I have to tell the villager that I didn't bury it. And I'm just like, that would it would be annoying in those circumstances, but I miss it because it feels like it felt like I was helping them, and I really like that. And I only have the capacity to help my friends in real life so much, both distance wise and time wise and energy and money. I'm not able to help my friends as much as I would like, for a variety of reasons, the world being what it is, but I liked helping my villagers when I remembered. I liked helping my villagers, and I miss it. I have gotten a few requests though. Olive requested an olive flounder, actually, which
that's funny.
Yeah. And olive flounders, they're fairly common fish. It took me 2 hours to find one.
Oh my god.
And it was right before she went to bed for the night, and it was I need to find an olive flounder. And I couldn't find one. I ended up using bait to get an olive flounder. I was just why?
Well, they seem to have much more personality this time, because I don't know if I made this up, but I remember in New Leaf, if they asked you to do something and you forgot or you didn't do it, the next day they would forget. And Audie gave me a gift to take to Colton, and right as I was walking up to him to give it to him, I accidentally opened it, and then I couldn't hand it to him. So I was like, oh no, she's gonna kill me. And I was like, you know what, she'll forget about it. The next day, she runs up to me and she's like, so did you ever deliver that present? What, you didn't? And she starts yelling at me, and I almost cried. I was like, you remember? I was like, I tried my best to give it to him and I couldn't. And she was so mad. And I don't remember them being like that before. So I feel like they have a whole new aspect to them where they remember things, and they just seem to have much more of a personality now.
Yeah, they're definitely a lot more dynamic in this game, which I really love. That was one of my wish list things. I was like, please give me more dynamic villagers that even though they definitely had personality in previous games, and they definitely felt especially when you become better and better friends with them, you unlock more dialogue with them, they are more varied and stuff. But I was I just want them to feel more real, and they definitely do, especially with that they're not static in their their animations, you will actually see them sit down, whereas in New Leaf you could walk into the scene and they would be sitting down, but they would never get up or anything. But you see them sit down. Is every single time they sit down, I'm just you're so cute. You just plop down. It's so adorable.
I mean, and the fact that they can run and walk slow, different speeds. Are you kidding me? It's the cutest thing.
My favorite thing was, I walked out of my house one morning, and Olive was in my front yard, and I have a turtle. I have a snapping turtle in my front yard. His name is the Hoff, and after David Hasselhoff. And Olive was out there with a book, looking at the turtle and flipping through the book, and looking back at the turtle and flipping through the book. And it was just the cutest thing. I was like, you're so curious about this turtle. It's adorable.
Yeah, we make big yards for all our villagers, and we research them to find out what they like. And Daisy, she's her and Rosie were my two neighbors from New Leaf, so I made them my neighbors here. I had to have them. And Daisy is into archaeology, so we made her a little dig site, and we buried fossils and put a spotlight down and tools. And that same night, I went and I opened my game, and she's literally standing there with a magnifying glass looking at her dig site. And I was like, oh my god, she loves it. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe she was actually looking at it like that.
Yeah, it's just it's been it's nice to have the dynamic villagers, and see them living their lives, and it's just been really nice. I love it. I love how they updated the villagers.
It's also weird to see whose favorites are ones that you hate. Like, I hate Pietro with a passion, and there's so many people that are like, Pietro's my favorite. Or Tipper. I had like the worst experience. She was mean to all my villagers. She made everybody cry. I kicked her out, and then I go on Twitter, and everyone's like, oh, I need Tipper. I just got Tipper. And I'm like, she's a mean girl. And they're like, no, she's nice to me. And I'm like, what do you mean she's nice to you? Like, she made all my villagers cry.
I love Harry, who is a hippo with a mustache.
Everyone hates him.
I know most people do not like him. He moved into my town randomly, even though, like, in New Horizons, but I'd been looking for him on islands, and then he moved in randomly on my birthday, so it was like, perfect. And then my actual favorite villager is Pate, who also a bunch of people don't like.
I don't know who that one is.
I understand people. I understand people like not liking Harry, but I don't understand how people can't like Pete.
Yeah, I definitely think Harry's the more like I definitely get why people don't like Harry, but I had him in New Leaf, and then he picked up Fuchsia's catchphrase, so he would always call me girlfriend, and then his nickname for me was Junebug, and so he's just like my best bud. Yeah, and now he's old and has old bones.
Yeah, and I think. I think if you spend time, like a lot of time with any villager, most people will end up liking those villagers, because they're all down at heart. They're all cuties. I'm always like, every villager is someone's favorite. Like every Pokemon is someone's favorite.
That's what I love.
I think that's great. I don't like Lionel, and it's not even like he's particularly offensive or anything. His character design is pretty great, honestly, but I don't like him specifically because of my experiences in New Leaf. His house was right where I wanted to put the police station, and he would not move out. And the one time he said he was going to move out, I was like, great, see ya. And he was like, oh, I gotta stay and be better friends with you if that's how you're gonna be.
Oh, no!
And so, like, that just made me not like him even more. And then he was mean to Lolly, and Lolly's one of my favorites, and he made her cry, and I was like, well, no, we're not having this. But, like, I was doing island tours. I was visiting other people's islands in stream, and someone had Lionel. I was like, you know what? I'll talk to him. You know, let bygones be bygones. And I talked to him, and I was like, you know, he's not terrible. Maybe I don't hate him as much. And the other classic example is Marina. I did not like Marina in New Leaf. I know, it's really surprising because she's adorable. She's pink. Her whole thing is cute and pink, but I specifically did not like her because in my very first New Leaf town, which she's actually the reason I reset my town.
Oh, wow.
Because in my very first New Leaf town, like, I didn't know about plot resetting and everything yet, and she moved in right in front of my house, right on the path to the beach, like right to the, like, it was like just barely enough space for a house, and she moved in right there and blocked my ramp and like my path to the beach ramp, and I was just so annoyed, and I tried to live with it, and I just couldn't, and I reset my game. So enter New Horizons, and when you first, like, not the first two villagers, but the three plots that you set down for the next move-ins, when I had set those plots and I was looking on islands, the first villager I ran into was Marina, and I was like, you know what, let's give her a chance. And I asked her to move in. And I think a lot of people, like, I know a lot of people do not like villagers from New Leaf specifically because of where they put their houses.
Right.
So I hate that.
So I think being able to choose where our villagers' houses are going to be is going to cut down on a lot of villager hate just for that reason alone. And like, so like now I have Marina in my town and she's an absolute cutie and I love her. She's not going to stay here forever because that's just how I'm playing. But like, I'm glad I gave her a second chance and it's been nice. Like she sings in the plaza all the time and I'm just like, you're adorable. And like, I could recognize that she was adorable and still not like her in New Leaf. But I'm glad I
had the same experience with Buck. He's a horse and his house was like a dark color and my entire New Leaf town was rainbow, pastel, pink, fairy tale, and his house was in the most inconvenient place. And I tried to get rid of him every single day. I would time travel. He would not leave. And finally, after probably months of trying to get rid of him, he goes, okay, I think it's time to go. And at that point, I was so used to him. I was like, no, you have to stay. I'm like, you've grown on me now. So he's like the complete outcast of my entire village. But now he's one of my dreamies because he wouldn't leave.
Yeah, I definitely feel like I want to tell people, like, even if you don't like a villager, give them a chance. Because like I said, like, I didn't really like Paid at first. I don't think I liked Fuchsia at first. Not that Fuchsia. The dear Fuchsia. And then...
it's okay, I get it all the time.
I didn't like Harry at first, and then they all grew on me, and like now they're my favorites. But also, like, I think it is good to have some villagers that you have like petty beef with because it just like adds something to the game. Yeah, the drama. Like, I have a clip where I was playing New Leaf, and I got Pierce from my boyfriend's Void. And we both didn't like him, and so I was really pissed off that he got into my town.
Oh no!
And then he moved out eventually, but I ran into him in the museum in New Leaf, like way after he'd moved out, and he goes like, "Oh yikes! Like, don't sneak up on me like that." And I was like, "You jerk! Like, you don't get to say yikes to me. I was gonna say yikes to you." Like it goes both ways.
You snuck onto my island.
Right, yeah.
I have like a huge phobia of frogs, and of course one of our first villagers was a frog, and then like our third villager was a frog, and I was like, oh my gosh, we have to get rid of him. But he's Jeremiah, and he's a lazy character, and he's actually kind of cute, and I've fallen in love with him now. So even though I'm like terrified of them, he's warmed up to me, and I don't even know if I could get rid of him at this point. Like, I really love him now.
I think that's definitely one of the charms of Animal Crossing is like, give them a chance and you never know.
Yeah.
Which is why I'm playing the way I'm playing is because I'm letting villagers move in and out as they please. Aside from Olive, because she's my favorite and she wasn't in the series for years and years and years. Right. So I feel like I got robbed of a lot of time with her. So she's here forever. And then Judy just moved in, the pastel bear cub. She just moved in from a random island tour, and she fits my town theme. And also, if I let her go, I will probably never get her back because she doesn't have an amiibo card. So, but otherwise, like, that's the thing. Like, I have almost all the amiibo cards. I can move in villagers if I want them. But right now, I just want to experience like all these villagers. Like, I know a lot of them by name. I mean, I know all of them by name. My stream likes to test me that I know every villager and personality and like what species they are, and I also know a lot of their happy home designer requests. Like, just I can't remember anything but Animal Crossing trivia, but so I know every Animal Crossing and personality and species. So but I know them by like name and face, but a lot of them I have not had in town, like ever, even though I've played since GameCube. And especially like the way I played New Leaf, like I had set villager lists for my towns because they were all themed towns. So like most of them I didn't have villagers moving in and out whatsoever. And I just decided that I wanted to play this one the complete opposite way and let villagers move in and out. And I'm going to be really, really sad when Ursula moves out because she very quickly became one of my favorites, and I've never met her before. She was a welcome amiibo villager again that was brought back from GameCube. I never met her before. I'm going to be really sad when she moves out, but I am looking forward at the same time to meeting new villagers and making new friends.
Yeah, that's the fun part. A lot of new people are saying, how do you know who your dreamies are? And I'm like, you really don't until you play and you get to experience them, and then they become your favorite. So if you're new, you know, you just have to get to know everybody, and then you can start deciding who your dreamies are.
And it's like, I'm not a huge fan of the smug personality at all. It's quite honestly my least favorite personality in the game. But a lot of the smug villagers kind of steal my heart after a while, and that's cute to see. I will admit, I still don't understand why everyone's crazy about Marshall, but I let them do it. I let them have their fun, and I'm just like, I'm like, I don't understand, but it's whatever. But like, I love Julian.
I love Julian.
He's just a sparkly unicorn, and like, he will probably eventually be in my town, like when I do decide on a villager list, because he fits, like, my town is star themed, so like he fits. But like him, Zell is one of my favorites. And he was just like, he was in my very first town in New Leaf, the one that I reset because of Marina. And then when I reset the town, I was like, I need Zell back. But like, the smug personality overall is not like my favorite personality. I love the normals and I love the Uchis. But they always tend to steal my heart regardless of that. And I think that's really neat.
There's so many cuties.
There's so many.
I can't. Yeah, I'm doing something kind of similar. I'm not just letting everyone come and go, but there are definitely like villagers that I have now that I like, but I know that I'm gonna let them move out eventually, like Marina and Fauna, probably Tipper, and like I just want to meet a bunch of villagers. Like I got Pietro as a random move-in. And I'm not afraid of clowns, but I am not, like, super eager to have Pietro either. But I was choosing someone to move out the other day, and, like, everybody was like, Pietro, and I was like, no, like, we just got started with this Pietro experience, and I don't know how I feel about it, but I want to live out the Pietro experience before we say goodbye to him.
I'm never coming to your island.
I know
really good DIYs too.
I know. I was in Stephanie's stream when she was doing island tours, and she visited someone who had Pietro, and they had to block off his house so that she wouldn't see him.
Someone else got me
a
though.
Skeleton.
Someone else got me. I toured another island, and they promised I would not run into Pietro, so she was walking ahead of me the whole time because he wasn't in his house, and I was walking behind her, and I got distracted, and I started drinking, and I'm just like moving my character while I'm drinking, and then I look out the corner of my eye, and there's Pietro staring at me in a dark forest, and I just run and scream. I was like, "You're protect me." She's like, "You wandered off."
I had a Ozzy move in from an amiibo card, and he went to talk to Annabelle to get her to move out so that he could have her plot. And he's like, yeah, she said she'd been wanting to leave anyway because of the night clowns, and I didn't ask anything. And she lives next to Pietro.
Well,
and he had just moved in, and I was like, oh.
So it is definitely the Pietro experience.
Yes, very much so.
Yeah. I find that, like, I find stuff like that so fun.
Yes.
Like I understand, like, Stephanie not wanting to have Pietro in town because of, like, a legit phobia.
Right, yeah.
And that's, I'm not gonna argue with that whatsoever, but I feel like a lot of people should give villagers chances that they wouldn't normally, and you get, even if you don't enjoy them, even if you don't end up being friends with these villagers, you get these stories, and that's pretty great. So
yeah, it was a little hard to let Tipper go because, like, our daily drama was who is she making cry today. Now that she's gone, we're like, all right, everybody gets along. Now what?
Oh my god.
Yeah. So Judy just moved in. I had not had a snooty villager at all since the game launched. So Judy just moved in, and was it yeah, today was her first day out of boxes, and I already stumbled on her having a conversation with Marina, and like it was the most pure conversation ever, like just being like total sweethearts, and I was just like, I love my villagers so much.
Yeah.
So it's really cute. I don't have any drama in my town now, and now you're making me wish I did.
Yeah.
So.
You need the one villain at least, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
I think in my town, I think Raymond is involved in Red's business shenanigans. I put the path to Red's beach, or to the northern beach, like behind Raymond's house. And then I was like already thinking about this, and then today, like, Raymond said something about his crushing debt to me, and I was like, yeah, man, like Red's got him in some kind of shady business dealings, and I don't know what's gonna happen with that.
Can we talk about that dang statue? Do you know which one I'm talking about? The one that has certain male anatomy. I was super like extremely family friendly stream, and I walked into Red Ship for the first time this morning, and there it was just staring at us.
Oh my god.
I didn't know what to do. I was like, close your eyes. And then they're like, you have to zoom in on them to tell if they're real or not. And I'm like, please close your eyes. I'm sitting here zooming in on all of them, and he's the only real statue, the only real one on the ship. And I was like, oh my god, why, Red? Why did you do this to me? And I had to give the whole it's art speech, and it's a very famous piece of art. It's okay. Red's already getting me into so much trouble.
I actually have a story about that statue. I gave it to Fang in my New Leaf town. In one of my New Leaf towns, I gave it to Fang. Just he wanted something, and I had an extra one in my pocket, so not thinking, I just gave it to him. Like I don't think I knew which statue it was that was in my pockets. I just gave it to him. And then the next day, I walk into his house, and it's right there, front and center.
My God.
And I was just like, okay. And it's still there to this day. I redecorate all my villagers' houses in my towns in New Leaf, and I redecorated his house, and I just had to keep that there. And then I actually ended up redecorating that he had a bunch of like other male statues, furniture items in his house.
Oh, that reminds me, we don't see them sell their furniture anymore. So if they get rid of something, I guess it just goes in that recycle box.
I don't know. I haven't.
Or into the void.
Yeah, I haven't really.
Yeah, I guess. Because I remember having like strict strategies on keeping every table full in retail so they wouldn't have the opportunity to sell their items.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I haven't
Well, and I think
really.
too they might have like storage, because I see some of them like switch things in and out.
Yeah, I see them do that
Yeah.
with, especially the crafting table. I was wondering if they didn't have a crafting table, if they ever still craft, and they were like,
Right.
yeah, they'll like move a piece of furniture, put out the table, and then put it back later.
Yeah, I haven't really given them a lot of new furniture. I've mostly just given them like tabletop items already that like they had empty tabletop items. So I don't know. I definitely need to give my villagers more stuff for their houses, but right now I've been focusing on getting them all cute clothes.
Yeah, well, I know they do door plates. Like if you send them a door plate, they'll put it on their door the next day.
Yeah, I have
keep
quite a few.
trying.
Yeah.
To redecorate Fuchsia's house, because she has the ugly wooden block furniture in like the primary colors.
Yeah,
And I got her to replace
house.
like almost everything, but she won't replace her stereo. I've sent her so many stereos, I've given her so many stereos, and she just will not replace it. And
She
it's
loves her stereo.
infuriating. Like I gave her the one that is in her house in New Leaf, and she won't use it.
Yeah.
Rude.
Yeah, I haven't redecorated their houses like at all, but that's one of the things I really love to do in New Leaf. And it was just like, because I have not gone into redecorating at all in this game, so I don't know like what the rules are for redecorating villager houses, but in New Leaf it was always like, it was kind of like this fun like puzzle of figuring out like you could only replace things with like the same size And then sometimes, like, if they had a stereo, you could only replace it with a stereo sometimes. And sometimes they would only replace a table with another table. And, like, sometimes they wouldn't replace any, like, a certain item at all. And it was, like, always, like, these rules that I found a lot of fun to figure out. And I haven't done that yet in New Horizons, but I'm looking forward to it.
That'll be plenty of time.
I need good furniture. I don't have. I
haven't been getting full sets unless I'm really trading with people. Like the other day, I needed the cute furniture, and I had 5 different people send me things just so we could get one full set.
Yeah, I'm looking for.
I just cataloged like all the antique sets, all the imperial sets, all the cute sets. So if y'all need anything, hit me up.
Yeah, like I feel like Timmy and Tommy don't want to sell me good furniture, so the only good furniture I've gotten is from trading. We had our first catalog party yesterday in stream that, like, everyone brought kitchen items. So one of my mods had the kitchen island.
I have all those cataloged too.
So like everyone was like, yes, this is the item we need.
Right.
But, so like that's helped out a bit. But
yeah, I have the trade island set up, which is an island like literally all for trading. The whole thing is blocked off and sectioned off, so I make sure to catalog every item that's brought through, and I still don't have many furniture sets, and we've gone through thousands of items already.
Yeah.
I think unless like for people who haven't time traveled, they're just really starting to get good furniture.
Yeah.
Because Timmy and Tommy don't really sell anything in like anything super good in the original Nook's Cranny, I feel like.
Yeah, that makes sense. A lot of people are just starting to get there. So yeah, hopefully. There's a lot of stuff I haven't seen yet that I don't know if we're gonna get back, like the Rococo set and like the fairy tale, like all the princess stuff. I haven't seen any of that yet.
That would be those were Gracie items, and we haven't seen Gracie. Yeah. So, but yeah, like I looked at what's available in the game, like through Villager DB, the website. I've been like marking down what I have in my catalog, and a lot of that's just not in the game yet. So I assume it'll be more in updates. I was a little disappointed that we didn't get more furniture with this update, but I still don't have a lot of the furniture that's in the game, so maybe I shouldn't be so upset about it because there's still a lot of time left. So yeah, but yeah, it's been nice. I finally have like a semi put together house, and I just started getting into terraforming, and I just love like how it's been giving me a creative outlet when I've been feeling really stuck creatively otherwise. So it's been nice.
Yeah, it's a lot different from The Sims, because with Sims I could literally do an entire house in a day and the next day do a next house, and now I can't. So I'm taking my time, trying to do like one room at a time, one villager's yard at a time, really trying to appreciate it, because otherwise it'll be done, and then what? You just redecorate it 100 times? I mean, once it's done, you're not going to want to do that very much.
That's when you make another town.
Well, that's why I've been preparing. They're like, why do you need a third Switch? I'm like, we're gonna get bored of this town someday, and then what are we gonna do?
You can't delete it.
I'm not deleting it.
I know people who are like, delete their New Leaf towns when they were done with them and make another town. I'm like,
mine's like preserved. Like, I used to keep it in a safe box.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I was like, I could never. That's why I have 7 copies of the game, because like, like I can't delete my friends. Like, their existences would just go away. Like, that's like sad.
I did that one time. I regretted it for months. Never doing that again.
But, yeah, I do hope that we eventually get the ability to have multiple towns on the same console. Because I feel so restricted with only 2 towns.
Yeah, and I feel so bad for like households that only have one Switch, like parents and their kids, or like, you know, partners. Because my boyfriend and I started a second island on his old Switch, and I'm player 2 on there. And it's like, I can't do anything.
Yeah.
Like, and it's fine because I can just pop onto his account or like, you know, it's our second island, so it doesn't matter. But like, if that was my primary Animal Crossing experience, it would be so sad. Like, I couldn't even see what items were needed to furnish the houses.
Yeah. It's such a bad
and I didn't get the recipes either. Like, so that was super sad.
I'm getting a lot of like parents playing with their kids too, and they're like, well, they want to ruin my town, or they want their own patterns, they want this, and they can't. So they're like forced to buy another Switch just so that they can have their own space without their kids tearing it up.
I think the concept, if it was like an option, the concept is nice, but it's not an option. And a lot of people like one of my mods, she has a 6-year-old sister who wants to play Animal Crossing, and she's like really particular about her town. And she's like, she's going to destroy my town if I let her play. So I am just one person. My roommate has his own Switch. I have 2 Switches, so like we will not have that issue. I would like to steal his Switch for a 3rd town, but he'll get the game himself eventually, so that's not gonna happen. But so like that's not a problem that I have to deal with, but I definitely hear it from other people. And I just want to be selfish and have lots of towns.
For sure. It's like, not only obviously, like, some people economically can't just get another Switch, but like it's very wasteful to like have to get a whole nother console just to have another town. Like, I at a certain point will probably end up doing that, but I really don't want to.
No, if this wasn't my job, like, there's
exactly
how like I wouldn't ever even get a second Switch. I justify it going, I'm gonna need content for a long time, so it's okay.
I mean, I was able to I was very easily able to justify getting the Animal Crossing Switch to myself. Very easily able to justify it to myself. Because I have a launch day Switch. I got it the day that the Switch came out. And I've taken very good care of it, but still, like, one of the Joy-Cons just slides off. It doesn't ever lock into place.
Oh, yeah, I have one of those.
And the kickstand fell off, and I never saw it ever again. So like little things, and the Joy-Con has drift, which I didn't know until very recently when I was in bed playing on my 2nd town, and my character just started walking away very slowly. But like I've taken good care of it, but it's a launch day Switch. Like, it's got the old battery life. It's definitely got wear and tear. And also, the day that the Switch was announced, honestly, one of my very first thoughts was, I cannot wait for the Animal Crossing edition of this. Because I have the Pop-Tart 3DS, and it's like one of my favorite things. I love it so much. And I was just like, I cannot wait for the Animal Crossing edition Switch. So I bought the launch day Switch, because I was a competitive Splatoon player, so I needed it for Splatoon. I bought the one at launch, but I bought it knowing that if an Animal Crossing edition one came out, I would be buying it. So
yeah, I justified mine too because I always wanted the New Leaf 3DS and I couldn't afford it. So I was like, now that I can, I would be doing myself an injustice if I don't. It's literally my favorite game. Like, I have to have it.
But yeah, like, so like I have 2 towns, and that's enough for right now. But I'm just
wait in like 6 months, then what?
Like, give me a year and I will be yearning for another town, and
maybe they'll fix it by then. I don't I'm sure it's not an oversight. Like, I'm sure it was done with intention, but maybe if enough people complain, they'll rethink it.
Yeah, I don't think it was done with intention to sell more Switches. I like to have a little faith in that, but the way that the saves save, I think that was done intentionally it was done intentionally for reasons that we don't know. And some of that might be that, like, the save data for the game is so large, and then adding another whole island on top of that would be like a lot for the console. So Who knows?
I could already have something in the works too to
Mhm.
like change that, and they're not going to say that until it's done.
Yeah, that's the other thing. Like, Nintendo doesn't say things until they're absolutely sure about things, which
Right.
is good, but it also like frustrating. Like, how long did we wait for an announcement of New Horizons?
Yeah.
We're like, are you working on it? Just give us any information. But then on the other hand, like, there's the people who are waiting for like the Pikmin 4. Like, it was announced
Right.
that it was near completion in like 2015, and they're still waiting for
Oh my
that. So
God.
like it's a little frustrating being on the waiting side with no news, but like I get it. And like now they don't talk about things until they're sure about it. So
Yeah, most companies have to do that. That's understandable.
Yeah.
But we can wish, and then I'll just be trying to hawk my Switches on eBay or something.
Right.
I don't need 3 anymore.
yeah.
Well, I did since I had a Switch already, and then I got the New Horizons one. I did a giveaway for my old
Mhm.
one,
Aw,
which is really nice because I gave away that and a copy of New Horizons.
Mhm.
I still need to ship it. I was gonna go last night and got home super late, but it's that's a nice way to like get it for my friends and my
Yeah.
community and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That's really sweet.
Yeah. I want more towns. Like, I love Animal Crossing because it lets me explore my creativity. Like, I am not an interior designer, but I've done like little interior designer projects for like my mom and for my friends and stuff, and like I can't afford to do that in real life. This what you see here is like my best decorated part of my apartment. But like I can do that in Animal Crossing. I can design the whole town and make it how I want. And I always have so many ideas. Like in New Leaf, I have like a fantasy town. I have a rainbow cat town. I have a winter forest town. I have just like a pink pastel town. And I'm just like, I have all these ideas, and I also like to make like little stories about the towns, and I'm just like, what do you mean I only have 2 towns in New Horizons? And
I get that.
one of my towns is I'm recreating and trying to finish a town that I started in New Leaf but couldn't really do without hacking the game, because I need palm trees in town, and we can finally do that. So that's exciting. But so I'm making that town finally in New Horizons, and I love it. But like, I want to make other towns too.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, because I have I want like a pretty natural town, I guess. Like a lot of forested areas, and I'm not doing much terraforming. Like I'm doing some smaller projects, but not like anything crazy. But then I want to have a second town where like I can build a bunch of waterfalls and like use rainbow brick paths and like just make everything like super over the top.
Yeah.
Because that's not at all what my first island is like. But you know, I have to be able to make a second island to be able to do that.
Yeah. But maybe one day. But yeah, I'm just like, you're limiting my creativity, Nintendo.
Yes.
But I guess we've always got cat. Hi. We've always got New Leaf.
Yeah.
I played New Leaf.
I can't stream mine.
I played New Leaf the other day. I just booted it up to get some items for my friend, and I was just like, wow, I lived with these graphics for so many years.
Yeah, that's the only thing that keeps me from playing New Leaf, and especially because like right now I have like an original 3DS because I got one with a loopy capture card.
Yeah.
And it's just like it looks terrible, and if I could just have it with updated graphics, I would love it. But
yeah.
So.
Yeah, even like towards getting towards New Horizons launch, we weren't really playing New Leaf a lot on stream, but we were doing Happy Home Designer, and Happy Home Designer even has like updated graphics compared to New Leaf.
Right.
Oh yeah.
So So like going back to New Leaf graphics was just like, wow, you can actually literally see the pixels.
Right.
I'm just like, I didn't realize it was this bad. So
Right.
But everything looks amazing in New Horizons, and I love it.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's been fun. It's been a nice distraction from everything, and it's been nicely losing myself in the world a little. So
Yeah, absolutely. It's much needed right now. So.
Yeah. And it's just been like my Discord has like people in my community are becoming friends through Animal Crossing even. They know each other from stream, and like they know each other from New Leaf streams, but like they never played together. And and so now they're playing together, they're doing trades and stuff, and it's just been like nice to not have all the focus on me as the streamer, but like a community, and that's been really nice to see.
Yes.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite things too, because people pop in and they want attention, they want friends to play with, and you can't with every single person. So I could just be like, hey, jump on Discord, got a ton of new friends, and they're like, oh my gosh, I made new friends, I can't believe it.
Yeah, and like I know a lot of people in my community like do deal with social anxiety, and this is just like a nice little like a buffer for them, like
yeah, even if you're afraid to talk to someone, you can be like, hey, I've got peaches and I need apples, and then like boom, conversation starter. So it's very easy to jump on and find people to play with.
Yeah, like what's your turnip prices? Oh, $5.19. Okay, I'll
Want to
come
be
over.
my best friend?
so that's been really nice to see, like even if I'm not like super involved in it, like I'm not I'm often doing my own thing, because did you know that a lot of time goes into streaming and content creation? But like it's nice to like see them having these conversations in the Discord and everything, and it's nice to see them just like kind of like getting over their own barriers with anxieties, so that's been nice. But it's been good for a lot of reasons, a whole lot of reasons, and it's been nice to see. So thank you for joining me with for this. We went a lot longer than I planned, but we just had some nice conversations.
Yeah, just
gonna have to make it start
talking about Animal Crossing.
Can't
stop.
Kind of have to do some editing, but no, this was a nice conversation. And thank you for joining me and having this.
Yeah, thanks for putting this together. I love both of you, so this is really fun.
So do you want to sign off? Again, introduce yourselves or sign off.
Sure. Thanks for having me again. I'm Stephanie, also known as Simmerkey, and if you want to check out the streams, you could check them out at twitch.tv/Simmerkey, and I'd love to make new Animal Crossing friends, of course.
And thank you for having me as well, Fuchsia. I am Chorus Skating, or you can call me Corey. You can catch me at twitch.tv/Chorus Skating, and I have the same username basically everywhere. I have an Animal Crossing Instagram, Chorus Crossing, actually, that I've been super into lately.
I need to get involved in the Animal Crossing Instagram.
Yes, do it. And if you're watching and thinking about doing it, also do it. But thank you for hanging out. Thank you for having us, and please send me cute pictures of your villagers.
Thank you for joining me. I love both your streams and your content, and you're great friends. So it was nice to have this conversation.
Thank you.
And I'm so glad that New Horizons is treating all of us so well. Yes. After such a long wait, it's here, and we're having the time of our lives. So, thank you for sharing with me.